Pak Ungku is an academician. At his time, his idea of tabung haji is a breakthrough and bizarre idea in Islamic countries. He is an academician, but at the same time, he applies and actually put things into practical. Like he actually practiced it. But looking at today, we have, Majlis Professor Negara and have so many academicians. But how well do you think have they been serving as an academician? Why can't we produce more people like Pak Ungku? Like, are we lack of incentive towards our academicians? Why is it? Why aren't we letting our academicians contribute more than just theories and teaching in general?
Well, Ungku Aziz, of course, as public intellectual, it's just not, I don't expect all academicians to be able to articulate on all the other policies or issues. Some are pure researchers or teachers. Fine, I think we have to accept and acknowledge that. But we must, you are right, Faida, that you must actually produce more scholars who have empathy for the Rakyat and for the societal concerns. That is, if you can Google, this called a Wreath Lecture by Edward Said on the role of public intellectuals. The brilliant, I should say, analysis or attempt to explain the role of an intellectual to speak the truth, to articulate their views and position with courage. And otherwise you become, you remember this Julian Bender about the treason of intellectuals. It's not a new thing. She considered this as a treason because you have intellectuals that people look up to, but you fail to articulate issues and represent and say the truth and represent the conscience of your people. There is, of course, a difference, because I think among students and student leaders, we also must represent the conscience, hati nurani of the Rakyat. And we should, it's not fair to say we don't have. Of course, the stature of Ungku Aziz, or we recently discussed Hussein Alatas or Naqib Alatas. They are exceptions. Okay, I don't think that we can, in one generation, produce so many of the level of these scholars. But certainly we should attempt in our own way to endeavor to do more, to articulate issues, and to have empathy. And this can be done, and it is happening, but I think more need to be done. Short example, for example, on the issue of COVID-19. You remember the Academy of Science took a strong position. It's a departure from the conventional thinking of the Ministry of Health, and calls upon the government to consider some of these issues of concern. It's courageous on their part, and I think if I were in the government, I think we'd at least take into consideration some of their views. These are experts in their own right, expressing concern for the welfare of our society and country.